That is showtime. uh, mm, are you watching? I wonder who's watching then. Comment whoever's watching. Either that or it's really backlogged. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's Wi-Fi is not working like it should. I'll post the link up here. Invite. Copy. Mm-hmm. There. For whoever wants to hop in, I guess. I would say most people are probably over at Just Millport Joe's channel because he was going live with somebody over something. But it's my only free time here. Hey, there's Colleen. She says, I'm here listening while I fold laundry. Well, thanks for joining in. I don't have a whole lot to talk about, but I got something, I guess. You could say it that way. Oh, that starts at 9 p.m.? Well, 9 p.m. what time? Eastern Standard? Or because that matters. Kind of matters. Which that's crazy. 9 p.m. I'm going to bed for the work next day. Usually by that time. Oh, Lord. All right. So, I guess 6 Pacific. Wait a minute. What? Which ocean is Pacific? Is it east or west? Hey, there's NSB. What's up, guys? How you guys doing? Grilling some chicken, so I will be in and out. All right. We just grilled out too, so. Oh, that's west. Holy moly. Wait a minute. Are you guys? Oh, excuse me. I'm so tired. You guys are 3 hours behind? Is that right? That means, yeah, that has to be Eastern Standard Time then, because I think we're 3 hours behind the Pacific time. Oh well. Anyway, uh, wait till hopefully some people will get in here and jump in. I'm Eastern. Okay. Well, same here. Keep doing it. Oh, I keep doing it. It's bad. It's really, really bad. Really, really bad. Eastern. Let's see. I guess I could show you some parts. Because the whole car is apart, pretty much. Hey, there's 38 POS Racing. What's up, man? Having a good weekend? Trying to get anything done, I guess? I got a little bit accomplished. Not a lot, a little. The engine's further apart. I've still got to pull the dampener off, which I need to buy that thing. Speaking of that, but once I pull the crank pulley off, I can take the front cover off, undo the uh, what's it called, the cam retainer plate, and then pull the cam. The lifters are out, push rods, everything, all that. That's out. Put away. I'm fixing the snow pusher and cleaning in the shop while I listen. Well, good on you. I hope we don't get any more snow here. I know it's only the end of January, but it's quite miraculous how the fact that we've not had any snow, really. Well, not while I've been here. But I think the winter in 2024 will be pretty cool. As I believe, if it's okay with the boss lady over there, we'll be going to Florida to race. No, this year, 2024. Yeah, end of this year. God, it's hard to believe that. Action complete. Sorry, guys, I'm checking emails real quick. I can't believe that. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm tired of the cold. And about the time that I get the car done will probably be just in time for No Name Nationals and all the fun events we want to go to. So that's just how it works. Okay, good. But if anybody wants to join in and talk with me, much appreciated. Right now, I kind of figured it was 7 o'clock was a good time to start. I was afraid that people would be at dinner at like 6, so which I guess in some people's cases they are, but I can't please everybody, I guess. So, but yeah, hope everybody's having a great weekend. Womp womp. There is Tall Garage. There's Ken. Ken, there's a link up there at the top. You're welcome to click on it and join in. It's up to you. You don't have to, but you can. Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. The womp womp. There he is. There he is.
Yeah, I can't stay long. I got stuff I'm trying to finish doing.
Are you? I think you're. Oh, there you go.
But
Hopefully, can you hear me now?
yeah,
Hello.
yeah.
All right, whatever.
Can you hear me?
Must be the Wi-Fi. I had problems last week, so it's likely
Can
to keep happening.
you hear me?
There's. I can hear you now.
Perfect. Okay, cool. What do you know about 4BTs?
They're expensive.
Besides that,
Nothing.
okay. Well, I found one running for $1,000, so I'm thinking about going to get it.
That's probably a great deal, to be honest, because like 12 valves.
Yeah.
12 valves are like people think they're worth gold, and they're just not. But
Yeah, well,
anyway,
it has
the
a lot of
4BT is
blow-by.
like a
It needs rebuilt, but it runs. So I just need $1,000. So mm.
I mean, 38. I don't mind watching it. Well, it depends on what it is, I guess, but still. But yeah, the 4BT I think are great engines, but it depends on what you're doing with it. I mean,
Oh, I just want to put it in something to drive around, like just
hmm,
not not. I don't want to make a
because I mean,
bazillion horsepower. I don't.
because I mean,
No.
I think there's some people around in the U.S. that build them pretty heavily, like they're powerful. Like I
Yeah.
don't think they're a bad platform. Like I said, they're just expensive to build like that, but still.
No, I don't need anything like that. I just want something I can run black diesel and vegetable oil in, and uh, yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, you're good then.
Yeah. So yeah, I might go pick it up. Even if I don't use it, I could probably resell it for more. So it'd probably be worth my. It's like 4 hours away though, so it's kind of a
Woo,
drive.
that's
Yeah,
a drive.
yeah,
Granted, we've driven pretty far for stuff. We drove, what was it, 3.5 hours to get my sniper. Yeah,
yeah. I don't know.
that
I
that's go ahead.
I know you dink around with 12 valves and shit sometimes, so I figured I'd ask.
I got a buddy that's got one. I'm a Duramax guy. If I was
Yeah,
gonna do any kind of diesel, just because like no one does it,
right,
but I mean they're not bad motors. If that's what you're
right.
asking, I don't feel like they have anything super wrong with them, like even stock.
Well, I just want to know if you had any hindsight, any insight, anything interesting that I didn't already know.
I can sell you a turbo that started life out on a diesel, like
Yeah.
that kind of diesel, like industrial diesel.
Mm. It's in like a front end loader
But
right now, I
other
think,
than
or
that,
in a front end loader.
right?
I'm gonna get like an NV 4500 and put behind it.
Yeah, I mean, I think they even come with them, didn't they? Or is it the 12 valve?
12
12 valve
valve.
came with a stick, didn't it?
Yeah, it came with the 45 and the 5600s. So yeah,
But
I'm just gonna put one of those behind it. Well, it's gonna be 4-wheel drive. I don't have anything 4-wheel drive right now, so this winter's kind of sucked. I got stuck a bunch last week, like a bunch. So we want to avoid that this next winter.
yeah, I am like in build what do you call it, purgatory.
Why?
Pretty much everything I have, either I need to order something
Hmm.
or I'm waiting on somebody to do a function for me, like do something for me.
Yeah.
For
Yeah,
me,
I'm right there with you, buddy. I got a bunch of well, that and I've been kind of lazy. Like it's been really shitty out the last couple weeks. So like I'm not gonna lie, I've kind of been hibernating, but
it's a non-sleeve bike board to rebuild, right? Still, I mean, you could still reuse the crank and rods, I would think.
yeah, well, it might just need new rings. It might not even the bore might be fine. Just I might just re-ring it and have the head gone through and then slam it back together.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. I feel like a normal rebuild, if unless it's like really high mileage, the bore is probably going to be fine
Yeah,
for what
and
you're
like
doing.
I said, it's in a front end loader, so it doesn't really have miles on it. It probably just has a bunch. Who knows how many hours it has in it? Does it? It has
Right.
the same bell housing as the 12 valve. So anything that you can bolt to a 12 valve, you can bolt to it.
Who has a ramp truck that has a Cummins in it? Is it Finnegan? Mike Finnegan?
Mm,
Is it a
yeah,
4BT or is it a 12 valve?
it's probably a 12 valve.
That thing surprised me. It only gets, I think they said 8 miles a gallon.
That's really bad. It should get better than that.
That's what I would say, but
Yeah,
I mean, and that was just hauling his car. Like, that's pitiful, really.
yeah.
I can't get the next project out of the snow. Well, it's pretty hard to work on something when you can't even get to it. Yeah, I'll give you that. Colleen said hi, but I mean, we took the engine. We took well, I started taking my motor apart. Yeah, I know. Uh, when was that? 2 or 3 days ago. That's
Yeah.
been interesting. We found quite a bit of yeah, I guess you could call it carnage.
That's not
I
good.
don't know how much I call it carnage, but there's pieces of something inside that don't belong there.
Stop blowing it
And,
up.
there's 4 or 5 bent rods, like bent.
What the fuck? What are you doing?
What do you mean?
You're not supposed to be bending rods.
Well, I know I'm not supposed to be, but they did.
Well, you did
I
something wrong.
think. Uh-oh. You there?
Yeah, I'm
My
here,
Wi-Fi
but
is horrible, I guess.
yeah, well, that's why you're supposed to have that
Oh,
cable in, dude.
right. I got my Wi-Fi is directly connected to my computer, and it's still bad. Granted, they're up there doing streams, and there's what 4 people on there with Wi-Fi on their
Like I said,
phones.
don't use
So
Wi-Fi. Hook a cable to it. Don't use the Wi-Fi.
what's what I mean? I'm connected on a LAN cable all the way up there.
Oh, to your router.
Right? Yeah,
Right.
I'm
Okay.
directly connected to it, but
That's not what you said, man. So I was just.
well, I call it Wi-Fi. I don't know. I'm not technologically savvy, I guess. Hey, Scarlet the Four-Eyed Cuda, what's up, man? But anyway, I was talking about the bent rods. We opened up when I pulled the heads off. The combustion chambers were pretty white, which means that it was lean. Not all of them, but there was a couple cylinders that were pretty lean.
That sucks, bud. That sucks. It really does.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I pushed the tune past what I had the fueling there for, which was my fault, but
Right.
it doesn't matter. I wasn't gonna mess with it because I made one pass, probably one too many passes with it anyway.
Yeah.
It needs more fuel, but I mean the injectors are there, my fuel pump's there. I just have to add it into the table.
Right.
So, but I wasn't doing that at the track. I'll do that here. So that's why it was lean. I mean, we talked about it, and I think we said that it would be good for like 25 pounds. And then after that, we'd start running into issues. And
Yeah.
I sent it to like 26. It
Wow.
was, it demanded, it was demanding 27 and a half dome and was actually making 26 on the track.
Mm-hmm.
So blew it up. And honestly, it's really not that bad. I'm kind of excited to pull the crank out and see what it looks like, see how bad it is. Because it's not that bad. Forgot his name was John. That's bad. That and I've been sick for like a month now. I got to get a surgery at some point. They
For
keep.
what?
I got to get a cyst removed.
Oh, well, yeah, that
Yeah,
happens.
nothing too serious, but when I had open heart surgery twice. Once when I was born and when I was 15 or 16, I can't remember when. Um, my doctor has to give me clearance for that for my heart. Like, go, hey, the surgery's okay. It's not going to affect his heart.
Right.
So
Interesting.
they they put me off. So I got that to schedule. Work's been keeping me busy, and I've ported out another truck. I got to get it to the scrapyard. So I got a Gen 3.5 LS.
Well, there's only two of
So
them.
if
Which
my
one?
motor, what's that?
There's only two of them. Which one do you got?
What do you mean? Two, like
There's only two, Gen 3.5. Which one do you got?
come out of an '06 truck.
Yeah.
Do I need a DRS note to fly? I don't think so. I've flown lots of times and had no problems. So I doubt it.
I've kind
They've
of
not said anything to me.
I've kind of run into a problem.
What's that?
Well, and you might know the solution here. You probably don't though. But so I want to get I want to get an LS supercharger,
Mm-hmm.
but I want to use Gen 5 heads.
Right.
So if I use a Gen 5 supercharger, there won't be no port injection on it. So I'd have to use a Gen 4 supercharger with an adapter, maybe. What do you think?
Well, Gen 5 heads have like the vertical looking ports, don't they?
Well, they have like the big square ports.
I need to look up what that is because I don't. I'm thinking of like the 6.6.
I mean, yeah, they have the big square ports.
Heads. Hold on a second. Oh, okay. Maybe I'm thinking of something different. Maybe I'm thinking of LT.
Well, LT
Yeah, I mean,
is
all you'd have to do. No, the
yeah.
one hits I seen for an LS were, or for like the Gen 5 LS stuff, didn't look like that. Okay. Anyway, I don't know. You thinking of cathedral ports? No, that's what's on my car. That's Gen 3 stuff. But
Yeah.
they were like they turned up, almost like a oh like a 5 liter like the Mustangs.
What I'm probably gonna do is just like message IC Billet and ask them if it can be done.
Are you needing it to hide under the hood?
No, I just if I'm using here, well, the problem is right is I'm gonna use Gen 5 heads,
Right.
and they're all direct injected. So if I use a Gen 5 supercharger, there's no ports for port injection.
What do you need the port injection for? If it's
Oh, I'm not running the direct injection.
oh, okay. Well, here's the thing. Why can't you add it?
I mean, I might be able to. I've never like had my hands on one of the superchargers to like look at them.
Well, what about this? Do like the old school guys did and do a roots blower. You could build an intake for it. You would just do like square tubes pretty much that go up to a plenum. You'd have the plenum, like a big rectangular plenum, a center, uh, like a bolt pattern of some sort for what your supercharger has. Then you just bolt the supercharger onto that.
If I could find the supercharger that came on the Ford Lightnings, I think they're like M112s. If I
Yeah.
could find one of them, I could use the lower Holly, like just the lower, and I could just put a plate on top of it, put the charger on top of it.
Would that
But,
fit in LS?
huh?
How would that work?
What do you mean?
Are your ports going to line up and everything? Like it's going to bolt on?
Holly makes an intake for the Gen 5 stuff with port injection.
Hmm.
Yeah. So I could use just the lower part of it, so I wouldn't have like the big dump coming out the front. I just use the lower. I could do that, but that was kind of ghetto, and I want this to look kind of nice.
I hate saying it, but the easiest way to do it is, the normal heads and.
Yeah, I think you're right. Unfortunately,
I mean, until the aftermarket comes around on that stuff, you're kind of either SOL or you got to be really, really creative and spend a lot of money.
yeah, I think you're right. I don't know. Like, so I'm gonna ask IC Billet and see what they think. I feel like they have an adapter to put a Gen 5 4 intake on Gen 5, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, you
I'll
can
have to
only
look.
do so much with aftermarket stuff because they have to have enough people to buy it in order for them to design it, make it, and sell it,
Yeah.
which that costs a lot of money.
Well, you should be
And if
putting
they're not
Gen
going to
5.
make any money
You,
on it,
you should be running the 6 liter, but like I don't want to argue today. So
I've
all right,
been told I've been told I should run a 4.8. I've been told I should run a 6 liter. No one's told me to run what I have though.
the only reason you should run a 6 liter is because it has the same stroke, so you're not losing any RPM ability because you have the exact same stroke. The only thing you're gaining is just some more displacement, which also lets you use the better flowing heads. So there's no downside. Now going to a bigger stroke, you lose RPM, right? So I can see why you might not want to do that. But going to just a 6 liter has like really no downside.
Well, I look at it as who holds the record for the LS ET.
Like the stock bottom end one, I don't fucking know. I mean, I know the record exists, but I forget his name.
It's a 5.3.
Yeah.
The fastest person with an LS motor, not like bored out or anything, like stock bore stuff,
Yeah.
like that kind of stuff, is a 5.3.
Right. But like it would have been faster as a 6 liter. Like there's no difference. You have the same rods. I mean, you might have slightly more rotating mass because the pistons are going to be a little bit heavier, but there's the like you're not losing any. There's no cons, I guess is what I'm saying. There's zero cons. It's all positive. If you can think of a con, you let me know. But I'm pretty sure it's all positives.
Well,
Now going to like a 4.8, I can see there'd be some cons, right? You're losing some displacement, you're getting some more RPM, you got pros and cons, right? But going to a 6 liter, all positives.
to be honest with you, all the 4.8, 5, the 4.8, 5.3, and 6 liter are pretty much evenly matched in the
Yeah.
stock form. Pretty much. As far as capabilities and, well, let's say strength.
Uh,
I've seen people
okay.
do
So IC billet has a Gen 5 cylinder head to LS square port intake adapter. So with that intake adapter, I should be able to put on a square port supercharger. I would think.
I guess so. I
Think that might be the ticket. Anyway, like I said, you do what you want, man. I'm just saying, like, if it was me, that's what, like I said, there's no downside, but you do you, homie.
uh, it is what it is at this point.
I
I got
mean,
I
yeah,
got one 6 liter and I got 2 5.3s, 3 5.3s, three of them, and then I got. Well, I don't have any 4.8s, thank God.
yeah, I don't have any 4.8s either. I will be looking for a 4.8 crank and rods at some point for a project me and my buddy are working on, but
4.8s are really not that common.
I mean, yeah, they're out there though. I just need the crank and rods though, and I don't even need a good crank. I like, I if it's fucked up, that's more, that's better because we're cutting it in half anyway. So
You should be happy. I'm boring my engine out
you're
since you want
five
more
three,
cubic inch.
you're
Yeah,
boring your 5.3 out.
right.
Just go to a 6 liter then.
I can't afford a 6 liter aluminum block though,
Oh well, I mean,
and I'm not
if you
boring it
sell
out that much.
if you sell your 5.3s, you could.
Right. Yeah.
I
Then I don't
mean,
have anything backup wise when I blow this one up
uh, I don't know.
mid year. Mid year, blow it up and I'm done. No, I got to. Hey Rob, what's up, man? We're just talking shop. Well, kind of. What was I saying? I like we're not going like real far with it, like just enough to clean up the bore and take take up some of the slop out of the engine, and then buy good pistons. So I mean, we're not like we'll probably do 10 over, maybe not even whatever the next oversize is.
Wouldn't it just be cheaper to go buy an R block?
No, because I'd have to do the same thing to the next one. I mean,
Why?
because the bores aren't very good. What was the name of your sensor guy? Low Dollar Motorsports.
What do you mean? What? No. What? The boards are gonna. If you buy another block, the boards are gonna be fine.
No, they're not great. They're not tight.
Yeah, good. Tight is bad. Fast is loose is fast.
Sometimes. Like there's a
I
lot
don't
of
know,
pistons
dog.
wrong.
I've opened like 300,000 mile engines and still seen crosshatch on them. I
Right.
think you'll be okay if you just instead of spending the money to get it bored, you spend the money on just another block.
But when you actually measure it
Uh,
with an actual bore gauge,
right.
they're off by quite a bit.
Okay. You know, the fastest guy in the world didn't bore his out. So, like, why you boring yours out? Isn't that what you just told me?
Who?
Motherfucker. What are you
Yeah, I
just
mean he
you
did, but
you just used that logic on me. You're like, oh, the fastest guy with an LS in the world has a 5.3, not a 6 liter. So use
yeah,
your own logic here. Use your own logic, right?
he
Don't
has a
bore it.
5.3 based engine, right?
No. The fastest stock bottom end. That means he didn't touch the bottom end. Is pretty fucking quick, my dude. That's what we're talking about, right? The fastest stock bottom end guy.
Just stock block. Stock 5.3 block.
Oh man, what's the difference?
Mm-hmm. You're asking the wrong guy.
You're the one that brought it up.
I don't know. I'm just doing what I think is necessary to make my engine last a little bit longer than it should.
Okay, the fastest stock bottom end record for LS engines is 4.506 at 155 miles an hour in the quarter. No, in the eighth.
You say 4-second quarter miles, fucking way faster than
Anyway,
150.
in the eighth, right? So my point here, like I said, dude, you use your own logic, right?
Right. Here's the
Right.
question: how long did his motor last?
I don't know.
Exactly.
At least one pass.
I need it to last like 4 seasons,
Yeah.
at least 2.
That makes sense. But didn't you just say you had a bunch of backup engines?
Right. That's worst case scenario. I don't want to plan for. I don't want to do that forcefully.
I just don't get it, man.
When you become a racer,
Yeah.
you'll get it.
Okay.
You'll get it.
One of these days. One of these days. I'm bound to do it one of these days. Like,
Because it's like it's a rabbit hole, really. It's
yeah.
like once you touch this, then it's like, well, if I fix this, that solves this issue. I could, you know, I could make a whole blanket and cover all my issues if I just did this, this, and this. And then you do that, and then you have good luck with it. And like my motor only lasted a long time because I was easy on it really until last year.
Fair enough,
You know what I mean?
man. Fair enough.
But yeah, if I'm going to build a motor, I'm going to be very particular about it.
Yeah.
And I think we're bumping the compression up where, like I said, a little bit bigger bore, which isn't going to take, I would say that'll, between the bore and the piston we're buying, I would say 10.5 to 1, maybe 11 to 1.
Yeah.
Which will help spool time, which will help pretty much every aspect of my build. I don't think the cam probably won't change too much, but it should be pretty close anyway. I mean, people have used this cam before in this situation that I'm in.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, the old engine, the original Laguna engine, is okay because I won't bore that one out. I'll just throw stock parts in it and roll with it. Hey, Jason, what's up, man? Tall Meister. What's your name?
Oh, honey.
You're gonna have to build a car, man. Bring it down to no name.
Well, eventually.
Don't say that, man. You'll end up dying with that saying.
No, I don't know, man. Like, I like the idea of racing, but I gotta spend so much money to race versus just building a shit box that I can go do burnouts in and feel cool. It kind of bothers me.
Well, why can't you take that burnout machine and go race it?
Well, because like, okay, let's say I could fit in the Ranger comfortably and I felt safe racing it, right? Well, I would need tires, and then that's fucking expensive. Okay. And if it had tires, it would be so fast it would need a cage. And like I could build the cage. I have a bender to do it, but the steel costs money, so that's expensive. And then I gotta buy a harness, which gets expensive. And then I gotta buy a helmet, which gets expensive. And then I gotta buy, uh, a multitude of other shit. And it's like I could have took all that money and finished another car. So it's hard. Like I want to do it, I really do. It's just hard for me to spend that money on shit that doesn't make a car run.
Well, have you raced it?
Huh?
Have you ever raced it?
Have I ever raced a Ranger? No.
What's it run?
Fuck if I know. I mean, I can guess, judging by how much power I know it makes.
Then you don't know what time it runs. You don't need a cage. You don't need a race suit.
Yeah, but like,
you don't know what it runs until it runs it. Yeah, we can all guess, but until it runs that number, you don't need any of that safety equipment. Well, at No Name Nationals, I think they do require you to have at least a helmet, but
yeah,
I feel that's
okay, well, Ranger, like I said, I could take the Ranger down there with just a helmet and some tires on it, and that's besides the point, right? Like, I don't know. One of these days, I will. Like, we'll be down there this year. Like, we're going over to see Cope, Cope's racing, Mr. Cope. We're going over to see him Tuesday to drop the transmission off for him to build for us.
There you go.
So my brother's car will definitely be there, and we're probably going to put a cage in it this spring. So that car will be ready to rock and roll, I think. So we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, I'll be lucky if I make it.
Why? You got plenty of time.
Right now, yeah. But
Yeah.
when everything's said and done, my motor's finally machined and ready to go back together, and I've ordered all the parts.
Tell you what, how about instead of doing that, you put one of the backup 5.3s in it. That way it's ready to go, and then you don't got to worry about having your engine built. You can
That's the backup. Yeah, that's the. If it gets down to the wire and I'm not going to get it in time, that's what's going in there.
You get it in before it's down to the wire. That way it's done, and then you can put the engine in when you get back from No Name that you're building.
That's not fun. That's not exciting.
Yeah.
Where's your thrill?
I don't like seat of my pants bullshit. Like that car that we were going to take last year, we took it from a shell with no electrical, no engine, no transmission, no rear end, no brakes, and we had a running driving car in less than 2 months. I don't want to fucking do that again.
All I gotta do is put a motor in it. Well, I gotta build it first, but still.
Well, why not just have it done now, and then you don't got to worry about it the rest of the fucking summer? You can do whatever you want.
Well, first the front suspension's getting taken apart.
Yeah, are you doing what Tony said to do in the rear? Like, he said to do something. I forget what he said. Like flip something upside down or.
No.
Yeah, you gonna try that?
Well, we're going to. Well, it depends on what I do. Once it's up on the lift, I'm going to look at it and then make my decision. But it's either cut it all out and weld in adjustable torque boxes, or hack and try and make everything that's stock work with the correct angles of the bars. Because that's the issue right now, is the bar angles. I mean, we got good shocks back there. The front.
What did Tony say to do? I forget. He said do something.
I don't remember. Like flip probably one of the brackets or some BS, but I can't do that. I don't know how to do that. So
we'll just go back and watch the live where he said it and do it.
Right. But instead of my bars, like, hang on. I got a piece of paper here. Let's try that.
Okay, you draw it out, homie.
Like, instead of my bars looking like that, They're going to look like that. Can you see that?
I see it. Yeah.
So right now, I think the bars don't instant center. Like there is the instant center's like way out in front of the car, non-existent.
Right.
Which at factory they didn't care about that. It didn't matter. But obviously, in a full race application, it matters.
Mm.
So I need to take that and bring it in to where the center of the car, roughly like where my seat is where the instant center is. Need new crates. Yeah. Anyway, and then that should slow the suspension up and allow it to separate in the rear and bring the front end up slower too, which will give it more control in the front, and then also it will try and plant the tire instead of squat. It'll be anti-squat, I guess.
Gotcha.
Which I'd like to do that with all the factory stuff, just to say I did it. But again, if it's not possible and not, if I have to cut a bunch of stuff out to make it work with the factory stuff, I might as well put in the good stuff because the next step after that would be good stuff. So when I say that, I mean adjustable. And then the next step after that would be the back half of the car. That ain't happening.
Why not?
Because it's a street car.
You can back half a streetcar.
No. Street cars come out of the factory with a full frame.
No, a streetcar is a car that you can drive in the street.
That's not a good definition because I can drive anything on the street.
That's no, you can't. That's not true. You can't. I mean, legally, you could probably drive a funny car on the street, but
right, needs turn signals.
It probably wouldn't be safe. So, like,
you could put mufflers on it. You could put turn signals on it. You can put headlights on it. I can literally drive anything on the street. That's why I don't like that definition.
Anything, a street car is something you can drive on the street. So,
if that's our definition, I'll go grab my funny car, we'll line up, and
okay.
That's what I don't like that definition.
Okay, fine. Since you're poking holes in a street car is something you can daily. How about that? Okay.
Hey. Yeah, I'm not dailying a back half car. You want to know why? You know what Heim joints cost? You know how many times you'd have to replace Heim joints? It's just not practical. They're meant for race applications, a quarter mile or eighth mile at a time. You know, do 120 passes on a bracket car, and then you got to replace them. Yes, 38. Changing the instant center, the rear suspension. Right now, from what it looks like, and I'd have to get up under the car again. It looks like there is no instant center, like in the car. Like, I don't know how that makes. I can't make sense of that in words, but like the instant center's way out in front of the car, which is not good. It needs to be where like the driver's at, pretty much, like that area of the car. But anyway, right. That's why I don't like the definition of a street car, because I mean, like I said, you could drive literally anything. Like some of these classes that are coming out, they're changing rules on fuel and right. Jason's right. I can't imagine hitting some of the foot deep potholes in Wisconsin with Heim joints. Right. It's just not practical. It's meant to be race application only, but
what are we talking about? I missed some.
The rear suspension, like if I back half a car, it's not practical to drive a back half car constantly.
What kind of suspension do they usually use in a back half? It's just a 4-link, right?
Right.
There are 4-link cars drive around the street all the time, dog.
But daily?
Yeah.
Potholes and all.
Like there's factory 4-link cars. Like,
well, that's different. That's totally different.
No, it's not, because you can just use factory shit.
Right. That's bushings. back half cars don't have bushings.
Right, but my point is, okay, you could still back half something and it be a daily because you would use the components to daily it, but it would still be back half. You get what I'm saying here?
No, because when you back half a car, you're doing a parallel four length. It's totally different than like what you're talking about, the stock four lengths. They're like I said, they're meant for race applications. They're meant to be like infinitely adjustable. And so when you do that, you have to use some type of Heim joint, which is little eyelets, right, that go on the end of a tube. You know what a Heim joint is? And those are threaded, right? They have to take all of that.
They got jam nuts on them, so you can fucking adjust them around. Yeah, I know.
Right. Those wear out a lot quicker than people think they do. Like, obviously, you would get away with it for a while, but
okay. So what you're saying is that your car is not getting back half because it is not a race car.
It's really not a race car.
That's what I'm saying. So it's not a race car.
I don't feel like it is.
Okay. All right. We'll see. That makes sense then. There you go.
And it would require a lot more work than what it's worth to back half the car.
What is it worth?
I mean, I could just build a whole nother car built around a full tube chassis and be better off.
Yeah, see, I don't like that stuff. I want something I can drive every day.
Well, okay, so then why can't you drive a tube chassis car? That's what I'm getting at.
You can, but like you're losing out on a lot of convenient.
Exactly, you're losing the street car status when you back half a car. You're pretty much taking a half of a tube chassis car and throwing it in the back of the car.
Right,
is what you're doing, and you just said you're losing a lot of creature comforts. That's why I say it's like,
I don't know, man. I would just use poly bushings and fucking have something that I can drive every day and still go really fast down the strip like that. I don't know.
It doesn't exist, unfortunately.
It does. Sloppy Mechanics has that fucking truck. It was running fucking nines. He got thrown off the track.
Well, that's not fast.
I mean,
we're talking fast.
For like, a street for okay, how fast are you running?
970s. But
okay, so that's fast, right?
The point, well, not really. In the grand scheme of things, it's not fast. That's like a bracket car.
In the grand scheme of things, it's not, because the space shuttle accelerates at like fucking 6 million miles an hour. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, in the grand scheme of things, it's not fast. But in the grand scheme of an automobile, that you drive up and down the street, it's fast, right?
I guess, yeah. I don't know. Like, to me, fast is like low 8s, high 7s in the quarter. That's fast.
So you're saying there are no low 8, high 7 street cars?
I know they exist, but again, are they daily drivers though?
What about the guy that just won sick week last year?
Who's that?
What did you call that, daily driver?
What is it? I don't know what you're talking about.
Fucking who was it? It was I forget his name.
And I don't like using the drag and drive events as the predator, as the it's a street car. Like, dude, you just took a race car and drove it on the street. That doesn't
no that if you can drive something a whole week, that is a daily car. If I can get in that car and drive it every day for a week, that is a daily. That makes it a daily.
But they don't. They break.
Some of them break. The guy that wins doesn't break, right?
Well, they break and they fix it. That's the thing.
Isn't that how you win sick week? You just don't break, basically.
I don't know. I don't know how you win it. I'm not a big fan of the whole drag and drive thing.
That's what you should be. That is the coolest type of racing that we have right now.
I disagree. I enjoy people going out there and making passes, but the whole driving between track and track just doesn't do anything for me.
It should. Like, maybe, you know what? This has to be an older thing and a younger thing. Like, you're wet behind the ears when it comes to life. You don't understand the small joy in driving your stupid car around. I get it. It's fine.
I mean, I drive
Ice
my car.
burnouts and ice cream, man. Come on.
That's not fun.
What are you? Yes, it is.
In this car,
Yeah.
you've never ridden in this car behind me, have you?
No, I have not.
All right. It's not fun.
Why isn't it fun?
It's terrible. It's loud. It's obnoxious. It rides like garbage.
You see this truck behind me? Not only
Right.
is it loud and ride horrible, it's uncomfortable as fuck because I don't know how to get seat geometry right, so fucking it's comfortable. Okay, like, yeah, but it's still a blast. Like, I love driving it around, dude.
I twice now I've driven it at No Name Nationals to the Lambert's thing. I
Yeah,
hated every second of it, pretty much.
really, that's wild, dude.
It's too
That's
loud.
wild.
It's not a street car. It's not meant to be a street car. Yeah, I know. I said it. But it is as street car as it comes, but I don't want it to be. I don't want to be able to drive it on the street. You know how much power that thing makes? I get killed.
Now, I think the car doesn't make really any power until the turbo kicks in. Okay, that you turn the boost down and it doesn't make more than 300 horsepower, dog. Like,
Well, what's the fun in that? I would just go drive my Toyota Camry for that.
that's no, dude, no, because you can put the fucking boost controller on the dash and turn a dial, and you have zero boost or all the boost. Like, it's not like it's hard to do that. You know what I'm saying?
That's not fun. I don't want to turn the car down to drive it. That's why people say that like 500 horsepower.
Don't drive it with it turned up.
Yeah, that's terrifying. I literally scare people with that car.
Okay, dog? Like, you're not making any sense. Oh, that's no fucking fun. I don't want to turn it down. Oh, I can't drive it if it turned up. That's scary.
Right.
It doesn't make any sense, man.
What are the orange cables from I need a transmission from my 05? Yes, this was the hybrid model. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that black truck that I was talking about is a hybrid. The LS motor with a hybrid. It's a hybrid. Yeah, I mean, here's the deal. I mean, yeah, I could turn it up and still drive it, but
here's an interesting question. Why build a car you don't enjoy driving?
because I enjoy it when it's doing that. I don't know if you can see my phone.
So you only enjoy it 9 seconds at a time.
Right.
That's fucking
and those
dumb.
are 9 beautiful, badass,
that's fucking dumb, dude. That's
fun
dumb.
seconds.
That's silly. That's incredibly silly. Because if it only matters that you enjoy the car while you're racing it, then build a circle track car so you're in it for fucking 50 laps at a fucking time.
Yeah, but then I have a chance of people hitting it. I don't want that.
You have a chance of going into the wall.
Right. I control that. I don't control the guy next to me that's pissed off that I passed him.
No, that's not true. That's not true. Something could break and you can go on. Anyway, besides the point.
That's both things, though. But in the other one, someone could hate me that I'm winning and then spin me out, and I'll go in the wall.
True. That's true. Okay, you could drift. You could build a drift car.
I want to.
Don't gotta worry about nobody hitting you then.
I want to, but I'd be smacking walls trying to wall tap and stuff and pass.
I feel like that's if you're a bad driver. Like, you don't build a nice drift car, right? Like,
well, then why would I own it? I don't want to own a.
Well, you build a car to
garbage car.
You build the nicer car once you know what you're doing, right?
I'm just not I'm not a fan of the street car stuff, because at what point do you consider it a street car? And if all you consider is anything that drives on the street, then
dude, you consider it a street car when
my pro mod
you consider it a street car when it's unstreetable, when it has solid fucking solid roller lifters, and you have to fucking adjust the fucking the fucking lash every
So pretty
fucking
much every car at Sick Week.
That's not. I mean, yeah,
A
they
lot of the
are.
cars at Sick Week.
They do. They are. You're not
There's
wrong.
people. The fastest street truck in the world is a Pro Mod,
Yeah.
but it's a street truck because it drove on a couple drag and drive events. Yeah, that's why I don't like it. It's ridiculous. People consider things that are street cars that they wouldn't daily drive every day for 365, and that bothers me.
That's what I consider a street car, something I can daily drive every day. So I don't know.
Well, no one does that with race
I've
cars
never-
because, like Jeff Lutz, he's not going to daily drive his Pro Mod to go get groceries or take his wife out to dinner.
I would.
Well, he don't. That's the thing. Why?
Different
Then why
strokes.
call it a street car?
Different strokes for different folks, buddy. I don't know.
But I mean, at that point, just call it a race car on that you do some street events with. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. People have got this whole thing in their head where it has to be a street car. It doesn't count.
Yeah, I guess that's a fair way to look at it. People probably are calling things street cars that aren't. You're right.
Mine's not a street car. It don't get driven on the street, twice a year?
But that'd be more fun if you could.
I can. I just choose not to.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I don't understand, because I like driving my stuff. Like anything I build, race car or not, I would drive it on the fucking street.
I got other stuff that I can drive on the street that's more fun.
I don't know, man. There's something about driving something you built around. I don't know. I give up. I can see. I have no point to make. I lost my point.
Well, and I'd end up in jail if I drove that on the street. That's another problem. I don't have any control. See, I would have to turn the boost down, and then why would I? Because it makes 300 horsepower with no boost. So why the hell would I just go hop in my red truck that makes probably 220?
Yeah.
And do a one-wheel peel out of a parking lot and have a good time. And look goofy as hell.
If that's you having a good time, man, more power to you.
But see, I don't do that. I'm not one of these people that have to drive my car everywhere.
Yeah.
I built this car for a purpose. It's a billboard for me. I enjoy going to the track. I love race days. If I had to daily drive that thing, I would probably end my life.
I don't know, man. Like I said, I don't build things I don't want to drive. So I can't. I'm trying to put myself into your shoes, but I can't do it.
I mean,
like every vehicle I build that I make functional because I want to drive it.
Well, if you build, okay, so this car would cost a lot of money if I drove it on the road because a lot of stuff would break.
You think so?
Well, yeah. You're talking about like the 400 is a stock 400, right? Even at 300 or 400 horsepower, they only lasted 100,000 miles, 200,000 miles before rebuild. Now imagine throwing 500 at it, every day.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. And then what about the rear gear? You know how much a rear gear is? They ain't cheap. I think I got mine half off, and it was $250. So if I had to buy a new gear every couple thousand miles, because it is a pro gear, because I shattered the stock gear set.
Yeah.
Luckily, it didn't do any more damage than that, but still, imagine paying $500 every few hundred miles.
Heavy car.
That's the other thing. Hard on parts. But you get used to not driving it. I mean, why would I drive it daily? It costs a lot of money, fuel-wise even. It's not practical. It's uncomfortable to drive like long distance. I mean, it was built around being in it for 10 seconds or less.
Right.
And then, driving back to the pits or driving up to the staging lanes, well, a couple minutes, right? I mean, at some point, it's going to have to get a bunch of stuff to it. Like, I got to add a fire suppression system. There's a whole bunch of stuff that I'd like to add to the car to make it safer so that I don't die if I crash and burn. Or at least I have a fighting chance of not dying, I guess. I mean, at some point, I'd like to get the car, like, right on the edge of being not able to cert it, which would, I'd have to drop 500 pounds out of the car to get it to cert to 750.
Really?
Yeah, they have a weight limit. Nothing
Did
over
not-
35. Nothing
I
over
did not know
3,500
that.
pounds. But that's 20, 25.3 or 25.5. I don't remember. It's whatever the 750 cert is for stock firewall, stock floors, something like that. But I don't know. I mean, well, that's the other thing. I got that 77 now that I'm going to build into a cruiser. And I'm not even building it. I'm just going to leave the drivetrain alone because it's a 305. I mean, no one needs more than 500 horsepower just to have a street cruiser. I mean, looking cool's the whole battle, really.
No, I mean, yeah, I guess. In my opinion, I like knowing I have it. I don't like.
But what are you going to use it for?
Don't gotta use it for anything. It's like having a gun. Just because I have the gun doesn't mean I need to go blow people away with it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's no fun. I mean, why would I own a gun if I'm not going to go hunt or?
No. I didn't say I don't shoot my gun. Just like I wouldn't like fucking make a fucking blaze down the fucking road when I know it's safe and I don't gotta worry about it. That's just knowing I have it is enough.
It's not right, but you can't base it on that because it's not a gun. It's not a gun has a purpose.
Well, no, guns have no purpose unless you give them one.
Well, then why did humans create a gun?
Because they gave it a purpose.
They had to protect themselves from something.
They gave it a purpose.
Right.
Right.
What's your purpose of the boost then?
What's the purpose? Like I said, if I need it, I have it. So if I need it to give it a purpose, I have it. If I want to put somebody in the passenger seat and blaze the tires off in all 4 gears and just be a jackass, I know I can.
I guess, but you can do that in a stock Honda. I mean, you don't really need I don't know. You don't even really need 500 horsepower to make wheels spin.
And nobody needs a fucking 50 mag drum magazine, but they fucking have them, dog. So like, you see my fucking point here? Like,
not really. I don't see it because
no one needs a 50 cal to hunt deer, but motherfuckers are out there blowing bitches in half.
That would be fun. I can get behind that.
And having the boost would be fun.
Right, but I don't need it. I don't have to have it.
You don't need the 50. Dude. Oh my God, you're frustrating the shit out of me, dude.
See, look at this. 38 says, I enjoy driving my 3,800 pound, 250 horsepower car. Right.
Yeah.
You don't need any more than that.
No.
People don't realize how much.
No one needs more than a bolt action rifle to hunt. But goddamn it, fucking it's America, and we fucking, we do.
I don't know. I need more than that. I need like an AR that has like fully auto for me to
See,
hunt because my
and
aim
I
sucks.
need a fucking 700 horsepower, 30 pounds of boost car. Okay, so
Right.
that's
So
my
why would
point.
I? What do I want it for? So that I can do burnouts? Why would I just not do that in like a
That is the
300
same
horsepower
reason
car?
you want fucking more bullets, dude, because you want it.
Right, but it doesn't mean there's me no purpose. It actually costs me something.
It costs you fucking to unload a bigger mag than it does a smaller mag. It costs you more, dude. It's the same
Right.
thing.
It
Right.
costs you more to unload a big mag than it does a small one. So
Right.
why do I need to have the
But
big
people
one?
still do it. But people still do it.
Well, people are stupid, so
Oh my god, that's not.
people make poor choices.
Well, that's their right as human beings. They're allowed to make
Right.
decisions. So
See,
that
like
argument does not stand.
let's look at my car for example, and this is I like John's message here because that would be like me driving my car on the road is me hunting a deer with an M1 Abrams.
I'm sure there's dudes out there have done it. Okay, so like my point still stands. Okay, because you can. That's why.
If your
That's the
if
only,
your buddy jumped off a bridge, would you?
if I wanted to.
Do you want to?
If I did, I would.
Then you don't. So then that's my example. I don't
That's
want
not a
to.
good
I don't
example.
have
That's
to.
not a good example.
Right.
No
Just
one's
because my
forcing.
buddy down the
No
road's
one's
got a street car.
forcing me to drive my car around, dude.
Well, no one's forcing
I'm
you to
doing
jump
it
off the bridge either. But if you want
right,
to,
and I wouldn't do it if I didn't want to. But if I wanted to, you bet your ass I'd jump off that bridge.
well, I don't want to. So.
I don't even know what we're talking about anymore. I lost track of the conversation like 10 minutes ago.
You're welcome.
The best thing to come out of this is this comment right here about
I wouldn't mind having an M1 Abrams. That would be fun. That I could get behind. I mean, I don't know if you'd be able to make it fire anything, but I feel like you could. It just couldn't be an explosive. It could just be because I mean a cannon. What's a cannon? A cannon is like a ball of metal or something that it's a projectile. Doesn't explode. It just hits an impact, and makes big holes.
right. That's true.
I think you could technically own a tank and have it fire a round of something. That would be fun. See, that's what I would shoot my street car with. I'd rather street drive an M1 Abrams than I would my race car. I do.
Right.
Well, think about it. Would I daily drive one? Yeah, probably not. I can't see that being practical. I don't know how fast they go, but I can't see that being practical.
I don't think that'd be practical either.
I think they only go like 30 or 40 miles an hour, which is fast, but I mean, I'd want it to do at least 80.
I feel like getting tags would be hard.
Yeah, I don't feel like the government would like that too much. Well, you could tag it as a farm equipment.
You probably could. Yeah.
You could because I mean, lots of tractors have tracks and stuff, and I mean bobcats.
That's true. Just call a tractor.
M1 Abrams aren't street legal. The tax tear up the tracks, right? Well, I mean, you can get road tracks. I mean, just like a bulldozer, they have tracks for that. Now we're talking about making a M1 Abrams street legal. This is ridiculous.
Let's change. How's your YouTube channel doing? You ever get that video done?
No.
Why not?
What are you doing? Decided against it.
You decided against it.
Yeah.
You were all gung ho about it, and you decided against it.
Yeah, it didn't turn out like I wanted. So I was having a hard time doing the, I guess, production side of it.
That's good. It's a challenge. Like you challenge yourself, and the more you challenge yourself, the better you get.
Because like, anytime I would be ready to film, it would be dark out. I don't have a light, and I'd have to figure out to get light, and it was just a mess.
I mean,
So I decided,
I feel like you're making excuses, but that's okay.
right.
Yeah.
Then again, actually working here. I wish I could turn my Wi-Fi on this thing. Oh, right. But I got too much other stuff that's more important on the plate.
I thought your YouTube was important. I thought your YouTube was important.
Not now.
Not now.
There's more stuff that's taking place of that.
Gotcha.
And really, that one video was probably going to do poorly.
Okay, that's a very negative attitude to have. You don't think something's going to do poorly to talk yourself out of not fucking doing it.
Well,
come on now. You know better than that.
Looking at all the other videos of that genre, it wouldn't have done great. It would be.
You're doing the exact same thing I just said. You're making excuses to talk yourself out of doing something because you don't think you'll do well instead of doing it and seeing how it do.
It would be a good video. It's just the topic wouldn't be good.
If it's a good video, then it's a good video, dude. You know what? I must have got up on the wrong side of the bed today. That must be what it is.
So I don't talk negative about.
Okay, criticism. You got to remember though, criticism can be positive or negative. You can give positive criticism, right?
But it's not criticism. What I was wanting to do is not criticism.
Yeah, it was.
Criticism is saying, hey, don't use these rods because I've had bad luck with them, and you should not buy them because they're bad. And look at all these other people that have done it and had the same point. What I wanted to do was basically, or what the video was about, was pretty much trash talking a couple of people.
No, it was criticizing them for lying to their audience and providing false information.
Right. Do you know who the hosts are?
Huh?
Do you know who the hosts are? The people that host that show?
I don't fucking care who they are. Nobody.
Well, it matters. It matters.
No, it doesn't, because nobody is immune to criticism. 0 people are.
Right. But it matters who the one person is related to or they have connection to.
Why does it matter? Why does it matter?
Because he's big on YouTube. He's big in the scene that I'm in. And if I badmouthed him, he could pretty much not take me out of the game, but it could ruin the reputation I've built with myself. That people respect it.
No, because you respectively provide criticism.
But it wasn't criticism though. I was trash talking.
Well, that's on you, dog. Then you just change slightly how you're wording things and make it criticism.
That's not how that works. I don't want to criticize them though because I don't care.
But you did care. You were all worked up. I seen you worked up about it.
Right.
So you did care.
Here's the deal. People are going to buy those parts no matter what I say. The video could explode. It could get millions of views. There's still going to be somebody that buys the stuff because
but
Levi's Backyard Performance is a moron and these guys are smart.
Okay, that's a false equivalency because if it blew up and millions of people watched it, then more people would be helped by the video than not. So you still have a net positive.
The people, all right. Have a good night, John. See you later. The people that are the people that are going to be smart enough to be building that type of engine or having that type of engine are the ones that are going to read into that context and realize that they're stupid. Because, I mean, I did it. I knew exactly what they did wrong, why they did it wrong, and then they lied about it. But
gotcha.
The people the video would be for is the people that don't I don't want to say don't matter, but the people that don't build cars, they don't do anything.
Okay, but isn't there another set of people, the people that are new to cars and don't know as much? Wouldn't it be helping them?
Probably not.
Well, why not?
Most of the people that are building new cars or even in getting into the car scene probably aren't building 8-second, 9-second LS motors. Just putting that
Right.
out there.
But they're told that in order to make an LS fast, they need them parts. So again, wouldn't that help them
Are
by
those
you telling
people?
them
The
that?
other thing is, I mean, most people start out broke in life, so they're not spending the $5 a month or whatever it is for Motor Trend to watch Motor Trend. I wouldn't think, because I mean, I don't.
But new people, dog, Levi, I love you, brother. You're a good dude.
It's not a good look. It's not a good thing for reputation. To
Okay, well, we can both agree that I gave you the idea, right?
sure,
Okay, I'm taking the idea back. I'll make the video myself.
do it.
Okay,
I don't need to bad. You're going to badmouth the
I'm not
hand that
gonna
feeds you.
I'm not gonna badmouth anybody.
You're bad mouthing the hand that feeds you.
Who's the hand that feeds me?
Your Straight Six video blew up because of Motor Trend.
I mean,
And if you
technically,
bad mouth Motor Trend, they're going to be like, well, don't go watch this guy.
eh,
There's going to be some slapback.
I don't care. That's like saying no. That's not a good reason to do things, but like
I hope people
telling the
not
truth,
make bad
telling
choices
the
and waste their hard-earned money.
telling the truth should, yeah, there's always a chance of that, but telling the truth is probably the better, the greater good. Telling the
And the
truth
other
is
thing is, most people don't care what the truth is. That's the other thing. Because
okay.
I've been on the sloppy mechanics pages, and they
I
don't
have
care
an
what the
example.
truth is.
I have an example for you, and I'm happy you brought up sloppy mechanics because that's my example, right?
Right.
Matt came out, told everybody the truth that this can be done. No one believed him. Everybody called him crazy. He went out there and he proved it. Okay. And
Kinda.
he,
But yeah.
huh?
Kinda. Right.
Kind of what?
Kinda proved it.
How did he
He
kind
used multiple motors. It doesn't really count, but yes.
It does count because he had a set of coils, which we now know because of Matt not to use because at higher loads they self discharge when they're not supposed to.
I guess. I mean, he went through multiple motors trying to get to the eights.
He went through multiple motors because of bad coils.
I have a hard time believing that, but sure. I'll take his word for it. What coils?
The LS coils with the little heat sinks on them. You ever see them?
Yes.
Yeah,
I don't know why he was using those anyway.
They're like D. There's a number. It's like D514 or something like that.
People have always known them were garbage.
Huh?
People have always known them were garbage, even before the whole LS stuff got popular. I mean, they're not a common coil. That's the problem.
Well, yeah, they're not common, so people don't know.
I knew it. But anyway, get to your point. I don't know what your point was making, but you're getting there somehow.
I don't really want to because I feel like you're trying to poke holes in it before it's even made. So like,
Well, right. Like I'm telling you that you wanted the truth, right? Here's the truth.
Which is, I'm waiting.
If you want the truth, that's the truth.
What's the truth?
People knew about those coils. So is that his excuse?
That's what happened. I had never heard that them coils would self-discharge at higher loads before. Like I had to ask what coil and what happened, and I found out them coils were sparking before the compression stroke was fucking done. So you had fucking a compression.
So I know he made multiple passes on the same motor. Why did he not go back and go, why is it doing this?
Yeah, he did.
Before he blew it
But,
up. How did he not figure it out? I mean, there's.
well, he made multiple passes on the dyno and nothing bad happened. He got it out in the track and it fucking blew up again.
That makes no sense at all to me, because if it's good on the dyno, it's good on the track.
Well, it's good on the dyno at lower boost. You put more boost to it, it blew the fuck up.
Then that's the issue, not the coil.
No, it was the coil. Like you had a fucking detonation event while you're still trying to make a compression stroke.
That's probably
bad.
what it's telling you, but is that really what happened?
So
the world will probably never know. But
let me get this straight. You think Matt lied?
I don't really care.
No. I didn't ask if you cared. You just made a statement. Is your statement you think Matt lied?
I mean, he went through multiple motors trying to do one thing, which in theory doesn't equate to what he says it equates to, which is what I think. But I don't care how he got there. Doesn't matter to me, because to me, he only proved to himself that he could do it. So, I mean, there you go. He's not proving anything to me. I really don't care. I never really cared about the whole 8s for 8 thing.
I wasn't even bringing up 8s for 8s. I don't know
That's the car you're talking about, though.
I wasn't talking about that. I just was going to say in general that Mac went out there and showed people that LSs were making power and weren't made out of glass like people thought they were.
I don't know who you talked to think they were made out of glass.
What were you doing 8 years ago?
I wasn't even in fucking. I was, let's see, I'd have been 15.
Yeah, that's kind of my point. Look when Sloppy Mechanics started as a channel and he started posting videos.
Right. I never watched him.
You weren't even fucking around. That's my point.
I don't care.
But you just used your experience in the community to poke a hole in my point. But you weren't in the fucking community when this was happening.
If you talk to any reputable tuner, they would have told you that. But that's my opinion.
Told me what?
That if you were having issues like he was having, you would look at the ignition system and go, hey, what the hell's wrong with it? And then you would at least try to replace coils, spark plug wires, spark plugs, make sure they were gapped. I mean, there's so many things that he did that he did wrong there that it just bugs me.
We weren't there. How do we know what he did?
Well, then why did he not tell people?
He did. He said these coils fucking were detonating, and that's why fucking 2 motors had pistons turned into fucking dust.
That doesn't give me a whole lot to go on. How'd he get there? Is that just an excuse, or is that what happened?
Do you just not believe people and like why? Okay. Why would he lie? Like he has nothing to gain or lose.
Okay, so he built his whole following on that. Why would he not lie?
Because he already proved that he could do it. He built that fucking truck that was running fucking 9s, and he got kicked off the track with it.
Well, what's that matter? That's not the 8s for 8s. I'm saying he built his
body. It made 998 or 978 horsepower or something like that. Like he already proved it.
Okay, then what was the 8s for the 8s thing then? Why would that matter?
I mean, for most of us, it didn't. It was just kind of cool.
It's how he built his channel. It's how he got his following. And why would you not lie to keep your following?
I don't know, man.
I don't care. Like I said, I don't care.
The
guy has no ties to me.
You've obviously thought about this really hard. You obviously care.
No, I really don't. I just know that I don't like the sloppy mechanics area of the LS world.
Why is that?
They just give LS guys a bad name.
Why is that?
Because they do 8s for 8s.
Yeah, which proved the point. You can do it.
I can jack off with my left hand, right?
Nobody's saying you can't.
No one said you can't do 8s for 8.
Yeah. lots of people have clearly said that you cannot do budget anything and go that fast.
Well, they're lying.
You need a 10. That's that was the point of A8, my dude. They're lying. That
Well,
was the
I
point.
don't have to buy a car or build a car and prove that. I know they're lying.
Right.
Mathematically, I know they're lying.
You don't, but newer guys getting into the hobby that get an LS engine out of the junkyard that ran fucking fine, who are then told, well, yeah, tear it all apart and change every fucking thing in it before it'll fucking go fast. They don't.
Okay,
You get
so
what I'm saying?
I guess the 8's motor, did it have head studs?
It was a 4.8. I don't remember the build off the top of my head. It was a 4.8. I think it might. I don't know if it had stock heads on it or not. I think it did.
That don't matter. Lifters, push rods, valve springs, the rocker arm upgrade, and good head gaskets. And did I say head studs?
Yeah.
Head studs. And you got basically, I mean, you can go about just about as fast as you want if you got the car that's light enough. I mean, I don't know how heavy the car he was building, but
What was that list of stuff you just? What was that list of stuff you just named off?
head studs.
Yeah, but what was it for? Like, I get what head studs are, but why are we bringing up head studs?
That's all it takes to make an LS run like like a scalded dog. That's all it takes.
You don't need head studs.
Okay, we're not getting into that because we all know that yes, head bolts will last a few passes. That's great. That's great.
I've never seen a head bolt break on during a pass.
I literally have firsthand experience with it.
You've had one break on a pass?
Just not on an LS motor.
But, okay. So anecdote, gotcha. Okay.
Head studs. Okay, do you know what a head stud does?
Yeah, I do. Why?
I don't think you do. I don't think you do.
It has more clamping force. It's real fucking simple what a head stud does.
No, it makes the head rigid.
Yeah, because it has more clamping force.
Right. What lifts the head?
What lifts the head?
Yes, what lifts the head?
Like the combustion, I would assume.
Right.
The force of the combustion.
Okay. If that force of that combustion overpowers your clamping force,
right?
Obviously, the head is going to come up over the. I mean, we're talking. I'm being dramatic here. You know the sizes. The head's going to go, and you're going to have a little splashy splash coming out. You know, whichever.
That's why we have multi-layered steel gaskets. They spring.
Right, but not that much. Just saying.
Studs are better. I'm not saying studs aren't better. Okay, I'm not saying that. Studs are better.
I'm giving you the package to do what he did, easier and faster and cheaper.
Well, you name things like, did you say rockers?
Yeah, you do the trunnion upgrade, and then they're good for like 9 or 10,000 RPM.
I mean,
you buy BTR 660 springs; them are good for like I think 8,500.
I don't know. I know that I know that the needle bearings fail, but I've never seen it.
I don't like saying it, but I've seen them fail. They're just not meant to do that. They weren't designed to go to 8,000 RPM. They weren't. No, they were designed to go for like 5.
Where they fail at? They fail in the upper RPM range.
Right. Because they're not meant to do that.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I'm agreeing with you, dude.
Right.
Right.
Do you know where an LS makes power?
About 65.
Oh, way higher than that.
Depends. Depends on what cam. Depends on what head. Depends on what intake.
Right. And this is why I say the things I do. When you build an engine, yeah, you could slap a stock engine in there and go fast. Don't get me wrong, but you're not maximizing your abilities there of that engine. Okay, what did he do converter wise? What was this converter?
He had a 4L80 and he had a converter by whoever. I don't know. I could find out, I guess,
Right.
if you want.
So at some point you got to go through and do the checklist, because a proven platform is built around what the engine makes peak performance. If he studied it, yes, that's fine. I guess he could have, but I guarantee you he's not getting a custom converter cheap. And having stuff sponsored doesn't count towards that. They have to add in that cost. That
Yeah,
doesn't.
he literally has a spreadsheet with the cost of fucking everything, dude.
Right.
Right.
So what was the cam?
I'm looking for the build sheet, dude. Give me a minute. It's gonna take me a minute to find it. I'm pretty sure it's on the wiki.
And then my other question is, at some point, and I get that 38 POS, and you have to learn through failures, but at what point do you go, yeah, just slapping something together isn't exactly ideal? I could slap a stock engine in my car and run an 8-second pass once, right? I mean, it's all about what you justify it as. If he only had to run one pass, he didn't have to do any of that.
You know, we're splitting hairs here though, because we're both talking about you. We are talking about making a video for people that don't know better. I brought up sloppy mechanics made videos for people that don't know better. You're talking about racing.
Right, which is what he's
People
doing.
that don't know better aren't racing. People that don't know better are getting into the hobby.
They need
So
to go to
you're
a track.
talking about something completely different than what I'm talking about, and I think that's where we're getting mixed up right now.
Well, they need to go to the track and see people who have done it at the track, not the guy on the internet, the guy at the track doing it.
Matt has went to the track and done it multiple
Okay,
times, dog. Like,
right. He's one of
right.
how many people in this world?
Well, there's more than one way to do something, but his point has always been there's more than one way to do something.
What did the okay? Let's put it this way. What did that car make power wise? And on what dyno?
Hold on, I finally found what I was looking for. Can I zoom into this? Okay.
Yeah, we're
All right,
splitting
here's
hairs.
the bill.
Matters.
We got 1840 pack spring, or we got a sloppy stage 2. I think that's the Elgin 1840p. I think that's actually the part number for sloppy stage 2. We got pack 1218 springs. We got twin Walbro 450 pumps. He got a budget converter from Jake's. It was $350.
There, somebody's messing up there.
How's that?
He's losing probably three tenths there.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter. He made his goal, so it doesn't matter. He has a VS S45.
Well, here's the deal.
S475.
That matters. 3/10 matters.
No, it don't, because his goal was eights, so the tenth doesn't matter if he got eights. You get what I'm saying?
But we want people in the racing world that care about that kind of stuff. I don't want the guy that built the car in the backyard and is going to get himself killed. I want people that care about details.
Okay, a converter and safety equipment are so far away from each other that you
Right.
comparing them is a little odd.
If you slack on anything, what does that show me as a person?
Okay, first of all, someone new to the hobby shouldn't be chasing tenths when they haven't ever driven a car of more than 400 horsepower.
Well, then they don't care about this build. Then that's the thing. They don't care about this build. If they're not even driven a first car yet, they don't care about this build. They're caring about
this build, because this build shows that you don't have to spend 10 grand on just the motor to go fast. That's why it matters.
Literally, that's been God. People know that already.
But they don't, because the whole thing that started this discussion was Motor Trend and their motor, and how much fucking money did they spend in that motor that they blew up?
Right, but that's just one person. Who cares about them?
But it's Motor Trend. It's the biggest fucking car channel in the world.
I
You
guess,
get
but
like, so the people that watch that think, oh fuck, if they spent all this money on an LS motor and they still blew it up, there needs to be a counter argument to that.
well, why did they? Why? Okay, they didn't. This is why I want people. This is why I say the whole slacker thing. Where if I
Yeah.
slack in one area, I slack in all of them.
Right.
Okay, a person that's smart is going to go, how did they blow it up?
Right. Right.
First,
But
the first question to ask.
a person that's new in the hobby is going to take their word for it.
Well, they told them. They told them the problem.
Okay. Which was?
Detonation.
Okay. Why?
Literally, fuel, timing. It could be anything.
No. Why did they say that the detonation happened?
Oh, I don't know if they said that, but they don't. It doesn't matter.
See, it does matter because
it's going to be different for each person. A guy tuning a car in California at, down by the border of the, Mexico, that area, is going to be different than the guy tuning a car in New York State. Like I said, the details matter.
Right. Okay. But they didn't tell the details in your example in the video. So a new person isn't going to know. Right.
They need to go to their local person that tunes. Right? The person
they're going to go, dude, you're not.
This is why I say go to the track. You'll see who you need to listen to and who you don't. I don't worry about internet stuff. I don't care what Motor Trend says. I don't care what anybody says. I want people that have done it, been there and done it. I want to see it with my own eyes, not on the internet, because I could care less about that. I want to be at the track. I want to watch the car go boom, 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 boom down the track and do it. I know I'm aggravating you, but it's for good reason.
No, I've just lost the thread of the conversation. Like I don't even know what the fuck we're talking about anymore.
Why? The reason why I didn't do that video.
Okay.
They summed it up for anybody that's smart enough to get into a car and build a car. They said the answer in the video. If they watch the video, they know why it blew up. Doesn't matter what. I mean, their video, no one would watch their video if they went down and typed or had on the video their graphs and all that stuff. No one cares about that.
How many people do you think that race regularly watch Motor Trend?
I have no idea. I don't care. I don't watch it.
You're missing my point. The people that don't know no better aren't learning anything. That's why the video would have been a good idea.
So again, then you have to start at basics. I mean, you can't base it off of that. People that are just getting started are driving stock Rangers or stock Honda Civics, and they're not even close to the level of what they're trying to do. So, I mean, we're talking about 13, 14-second cars. Don't matter. I know. Soak it in.
You don't think it matters?
They're not worried about gaining. They're not worried about going nines with a turbo LS. Like I said, they got a worn out, probably stock car. Yes, I guess in some applications there will be rich kids that have their dads pay for stuff.
If they're in the hobby, they're wanting to learn, though. That's why you're in the hobby, right?
Right.
So shouldn't people that know more?
Is Motor Trend the only option out there? Only one.
It's the most.
Don't say that's the only one they see because that's a lie.
It's the most popular, though.
There's a reason.
What's the reason?
It's easy to watch.
Okay, but
not that there's information in it. It's easy to watch.
Isn't the point though that because you have the knowledge they don't, it's your responsibility to give it to pass it along?
I cannot give anybody information that doesn't want the information.
If they're watching your fucking video, they want, dude.
They won't
Okay,
watch it though. That's the thing.
we gotta pull way back because like we're both really bad at this right now. We're making horrible fallacies when it comes to arguments right now, and I'm doing my best.
I'm telling you what I think because I don't get lots of views on my channel. No one's going, I'm going to look up Levi's Backyard Performance to find out what I should do with my Turbo LS. They don't care about this guy. They don't care about that car. That's fine. They don't want information from me. They want information from the guys that are, ooh, spiffy, big shop, this nice stuff. They don't care about me.
What are you talking about, dude? Everybody on YouTube that has a following started at 0 fucking subscribers.
Okay, I guess. I don't know. I don't have a lot to teach anybody. I'm just finding out stuff myself.
Do you know more than other people?
Well, you could say that about anything. You know more about this than I do. You can't see that. There you go. Teach me, teach me, teach me, teach me.
What do you want to know, dog?
Exactly. People don't ask
exactly. If people type in something into YouTube, it shows them videos that can answer that question. So I just ask you what you want to know. That would be like you typing into YouTube something you want to know. Right. And then if my video shows up answering that question, you watch it.
Why would I trust you?
Why are you looking on YouTube to watch for information then if you don't trust people giving you information?
Exactly. They trust the TV because it's just like the whole politics thing. People watch TV because they trust it. It's just is what it is. It's
I don't understand, man. Like I don't get it right now. So
okay, do you trust CNN?
I don't watch CNN. Do I trust the driveway engineer? Yeah, that's why I watch his stuff.
Why? What makes him any smarter than CNN?
Well, I watch it, I judge the content, and I make a decision on it.
So the person that's just getting into the hobby is not a good judge of that.
Right.
They don't have the ability to judge what's good information and what's bad information.
That is very true. That is very true.
So they don't know if me or Motor Trend's right.
I mean, I guess, yeah. But it's our responsibility to put more good information out than there is bad.
I put out all the good information in the world, but trust but verify. Right. I mean, I've shown my time slips. Is that good enough? I mean, I could print that off. I could go to the track and take somebody's ticket and no one would know. But it just doesn't, I don't see it mattering, maybe.
You don't see what mattering?
Like, how many people are getting into this hobby? Truthfully. Let's think about numbers here. Actual people getting into the hobby of drag racing.
No,
not
it's not
cars in general, because everything is different.
Cars in general, because one leads into the other. It's baby steps, okay? It's just like anything else. You don't start at the end. You start at the beginning. Okay?
I started drag racing.
Drag racing is the end of like the progression. You progress into the hobby, and there's more into the hobby, but you don't start there. Okay,
I started there.
You start with you started with cars. You like cars, right?
No, I started drag race. That's how I got into cars, was drag racing.
But you like cars first, dude. You don't get in the drag racing if you don't like cars. You like cars first.
Right, but then you're pulling hairs out of your ass.
How?
I went from Hot Wheels to a Junior Dragster to that.
Right. A progression. People getting into the hobby they're just in the hobby because they like cars.
I guess. I don't know. I guess I don't have a lot of information to share. Like I'm learning less, than most people are. So Why would anybody trust me? I'm just a dumb hillbilly doing fun stuff, having fun
You're
drag
being
racing.
very self-defecating. Like you're putting yourself down here. I don't understand why.
Well, because I
Like
don't.
you've been doing it for like the last 20 minutes. And I'm not understanding why.
Well, because no one wants to listen to me.
No one wanted to listen to Derek 4 million fucking subscribers ago, and then all of a sudden they did.
Right. Because he did content that they like, which is revivals, which again, I don't watch him. So what do you do for the person like me?
That has nothing to fucking do with it, dude.
I'm making you so mad.
Talking about, man?
Right. I don't watch him. So what about the guy like me who don't care about that?
And he watches you.
Yeah. This is a good example, I guess. You're concerned with people doing something wrong because they got bad information, and whether it's your video, if you heard, works, let me show you why. Right. I don't know if it works. Maybe I got lucky. That's what I'm saying. You know, if every car I built did the same thing with the same parts, yeah, I'd be like, you should buy these parts because it works. But I got one car.
That's what Matt does. He's built, I don't know, 100 at 100 now. How many videos does he have of cars he's helped put together on his dyno? I don't know.
Right.
1,000? Like,
why would people trust me? I just got a shitty Laguna that does nines.
Like I said, you're being, like I said, you're putting yourself. I don't understand why. Like, it's kind of, I've noticed there's a theme here. You're putting, like, you've been doing it since to get the Jump Street. Like, why are you putting yourself down, dog? What's wrong?
What do you mean? Like, there's nothing wrong.
Do it like, even earlier when we were talking about, you're kind of doing the same thing. Like, what's up, man? Why you?
What do you mean?
Like, I've never.
I don't see what you're talking about.
I've never seen you. I've never seen you act like this when it comes to stuff. Like,
it's called being humble, man. I don't know nothing.
You're not being humble. You're putting yourself down.
Well, being humble is saying you don't know more than you know. I don't know that much.
There's a fine line, but you're over the line, dude. You're not just being humble. You're just you're putting yourself down. I don't get it.
I guess. I don't know. I don't feel like I'm putting myself down. I'm just saying that, like, I don't know as much as the people need to look at.
Read Colleen's comment again. She, like, this, her comment says, like, that's what she's saying.
What? Well, then you can't say
her last comment at 8:50.
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
Right. But I can't prove that they're wrong because my situation is probably special. I mean, who knows? My combination in your car might not work. You might not be able to call up the guys and get the same converter as I got.
Okay. Do you believe it's true?
Believe what's true?
The things you say.
What? Like, as far as what?
Do you believe the things you say are true?
Well, you can't do that because, I mean, not everything I say is going to be
when
correct.
You say something, do you believe it's true?
I mean, most of the time.
If you say something about cars, do you think it's true?
Most of the time, but again, that's to be opinionated, and then you can't say that's right.
Something you believe is true.
Okay? No, that's not how that works. I mean, yes, I guess you could say that, but if someone took everything I ever said,
when you say something about a car, you believe it's true. So why would you feel that something you think is true shouldn't be said? Like, truth is universal, okay? Why wouldn't you say it if you think it's true? Like, I don't.
There's too many variables in it. People could poke holes in literally anything. That's the problem.
That's how we learn.
No, because someone could tell me.
If I go up to somebody and say 4 + 4 is 5, and everybody tells me, yeah, you're right, then I think 4 + 4 is 5. If someone tells me no, it's 4, then someone that isn't really stuck up in themselves and can't take criticism can be, oh fuck, maybe I'm wrong, maybe it's 4. Like that's how we learn.
Right, but who's the person you look up to for that?
Well, it's different.
Matt Happel would say that I'm wrong.
It's different for everybody, right? Like,
well, then that's what I'm saying. You can't
look up to. who we look up to for guidance is different for everybody. Like there could be people younger than you looking up to you, and in the future, okay, as you get older, there will be younger people looking up to you.
Okay, so I do have something to add into that. There are, I won't name names because they are local to me. There's two people. I try not to get into specifics because if they watch this, they're going to be really pissed. So they called them out. But one's got a bunch of cars, right? There's only one that's finished. And when I say a bunch of cars, I mean they're all the same type of cars, like all the same brand, all the same model, and only one runs, right?
Okay.
And you ask the guy with the turbo car for help, right?
Okay.
Do you listen?
If I'm asking for someone for help, I listen. Yeah.
Right. They don't listen. They've not listened since I've been giving them information. Okay. Moves to the next person. He's got a turbo LS.
Okay.
He's been working on it. He started before I did on my car.
Okay.
My car has been running for longer. Well, I don't know how to put that. My car's been running like way longer than his has been in project form.
Okay.
Pretty much is what I'm saying. He won't take my advice.
Okay.
There are people getting into the car hobby.
Right.
That's the mass majority.
Okay. That, like I said, that goes back. That goes back to the old saying, you can lead a horse to water, right? We can't make a drink. So, like, I agree that there are people like that.
Right. And if that's all I get is people don't want to listen, then why would I explain stuff to them?
Because for those that do listen,
how many are going to listen?
It doesn't matter. If only one listens and learns something, your time was worth it. You get what I'm saying?
Kinda, but not really.
It's like if you saved one life and you weren't able to save anybody else. If there's a bus crash, and you saved one person, but you couldn't save anybody else. Like 40 people died, you saved one. That still matters. You saved one person.
So 38 people died and 2 people lived. That's not good odds.
It's not about odds. It's the fact that you have a net positive. Somebody learned something, even if it's just one person. Someone learned something, so that means it's worth it.
I mean, that's kind of what I do right now, but that video I don't like going back to that. A, because like I said, it's just not a good look. B, the information that's there, like they didn't show me anything about that. Yeah, they showed me the pass that it made, and they said why it blew up, or they thought why it blew up, but they didn't give me real specific information. I'm not basing an opinion on bland or vague information. Because hell, they could have had that tune way off, and none of it would have mattered. Even if they had a built bottom end motor, it would have blew up.
Right.
But I don't know that.
Which is important though, because like professionals who are teaching young people should disclose this stuff. So they're leading young people astray, right? That was my point. But dude, we're so far in the weeds. I can't see I can't see nothing, dude.
I mean, we're not really that far in the weeds. I'm just saying that I put the information out.
We're so far in the weeds, dude.
I put information out that is positive for what I think is good for the world, and
you remember that
not going to harm it.
You remember that movie about them people getting stuck in the cornfield?
I don't.
Yeah, there was this movie, right? And these people walked into a cornfield and they couldn't find their way out. So they got up on someone's shoulders so they could see where the road was. And every time they got off the person's shoulders and they walked in that direction, they'd get back up on the person's shoulders and they'd be in a completely different spot than they were. They could never get out. I think it was a Stephen King movie. But that's where we are. We're in the deep weeds, dude.
Okay, well, let's look at it mathematically here. You got a big cornfield, right? And you get somebody on their shoulders. Where's the ground at?
Under them.
Right. How can you see it?
How can you see what?
The road. How do you see the road? Even if someone's
Oh,
on my shoulder.
there was like a church or something that I don't remember. Anyway,
I guess that's what I'm saying. You can't lead a bunch of sheep. Okay.
I mean, plus you could see like the telephone poles running alongside the road, so that'd probably be a dead giveaway.
Probably, but I guess the moral of the story is you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink.
Yeah.
And
well,
video would have led everybody to water, and nobody would have drank because
you don't know that. You can't know that.
Well, here's the deal: they're already a fan of Motor Trend. Why would they believe me over Motor Trend?
No, they're not. If you name the video properly, they're not a fan of Motor Trend. They just happen to see something that they thought was interesting and they want to know the answer.
No, they saw something negative about the people they watch and then watched it. That's why I'm telling you.
If someone made a video about why did this engine blow up, I would watch it.
But your average person doesn't want. They don't care about that.
Yeah, they do. People that like car videos do. Yes, they do.
I guess.
Come on, man. Like I said, sure. you're being down on yourself, man. You gotta be more positive. I don't know why you're doing it. Be more positive. Like super negative right now.
You gotta have a lot on your plate before you realize what's good and what's bad, and what's good to do and what's good to just put on the back burner. Like I tell everybody, people don't realize what I got on my plate every day.
Yeah. But anyway, well, it's okay.
I mean, I would love to make that video, but
not doing things because of the way other people feel about it is the silliest thing in the world. But don't worry, in our 10 years, you get some more hair on your nuts, you'll grow out of that, so it'll be okay.
I guess. I don't know. I just don't care about bad mouthing people because that's what it is.
It's not bad mouthing; it's criticism. We went over this already.
Right, but I want to talk bad about them because I don't like them.
I've been criticizing the hell out of you for the past hour. No bad mouthing at all.
That's the way you think, but I think you're bad mouthing me, which I really don't care. But
shut up! I am not.
I mean, I really don't care. You're not calling me bad names, so I really don't care. And even at that point, I really don't care. I mean, there's nothing.
What have I said bad to you? What have I said bad to you? Because you just said
it yourself.
You just said I've been bad mouthing you. So what have I said bad about you?
You just said that, not me. I was just saying what you said.
No, I said I have not bad mouthed you in the last hour, and then you clearly said I think you're bad mouthing me, but I don't really care. That's what you said. That's what you just said.
This is the most soap opera fucking live stream I've ever had in my life.
I know, like it's actually going to be a really good replay. Like you need to name this something. You need to. Okay, tell you what. This is what we'll do, right? I'll message you a picture of me like with a really angry face, like pointing like this, and then you do the same thing, pointing at me, right? And then put like the YouTube logo in the middle, and then make that the thumbnail, and then put like a really clickbaity.
You know, dude, you know what we could name it? I'll just clip out like where we started. I don't want to call it arguing, but going back and forth. And then you could put do beginner car enthusiast matter or something like that.
No. Call it something like, oh man, what would be something clickbaity? Like man. I don't know. I'd have to think about it for a minute.
I could put tall kid doesn't believe I'm right or correct or something. I don't know.
Yeah, something like that. No, it has to be like I don't know. I don't know, dude. I'm gonna have to sleep on it. I'll give you some good ones tomorrow.
Although people are gonna like storm it and like get 30 seconds in and realize I don't know how long we've been ranting, but for a while.
Yeah. Well, no, what you need to do is you need to like cut it up and like cut all the slow parts out of it and like make it like 10 minutes long,
Right.
And I don't know, man. Like I said, I'm not good with clickbaity titles, but because like every time, like, do you watch JB's Little Shop at all?
No.
Oh, you should. JB's great, right? But
I'll watch a couple of his lives, but not like I'll catch a live or two, but not any of his videos.
Well, his videos are really hard to tell if you want to watch them because he never names them fucking anything that I could tell. Anyway,
right.
But anything with drama usually does pretty good. And we can fake it pretty hard. You just got to cut out all the slow parts and just make it where we're fucking getting all worked up.
But I mean, I would love. Oh,
Bye, Colleen.
bye. Have fun at the Dead Dodge Garage live. Or
Who's
anyway,
JMJ?
yeah, I
Oh.
I like helping people, but some people don't like to be helped.
Yeah, but you're not trying to help the people that don't like to be helped. You're trying to help the people that do.
I guess I don't know.
What do you mean, yes?
But the chances of them clicking on my video are slim to none, and then my chances.
Okay. The chances of them are clicking on your video are slim to none. But if you don't make the fucking video, there's zero. What's more, slim to none or zero? Oh shit, slim to none is more. Crazy.
Right, but statistically not worth my time.
Statistically, no. Statistically, zero and slim to none is astronomically huge. Like the number is huge. How much more of a chance between zero and not zero? The number is huge. It's huge.
Right, but the chances of it blowing up and being worth the time that I put into it is
Dude,
not
that's
much.
every video you make. That's every video we make. Like,
no, I mean, there's a lot of video, like the Orlando video that I'm doing when I was in Florida. I loved doing that video. It was easy and it didn't take me any time, so like it doesn't matter.
We can't just make easy videos, dude. We're not gonna get anywhere making. Sometimes you have to roll the dice and make something, that.
Right. But that goes back to my whole plate theory. I'm spinning a bunch of plates, and none of them are empty. I can say that.
I didn't
They got
hear
cups on them.
I didn't hear the plate theory. What's the plate theory? Oh no, we froze. I froze. Maybe.
There.
I don't know. See me.
There we go. Okay, you've ever heard of a plate spinner?
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, I've seen them.
They have the little stick, and
Yeah.
right now I got plates on every orifice of my body spinning.
Ooh, orifice, even. Wow.
Orifice, like
That's a big
eye
word.
sockets, mouth, ears, other holes.
That's one of them $4 words right there.
And I don't have. You can ask her. I don't have any time to do anything, and it.
What are you doing on YouTube then? Go do something.
Well, because I got to do. I got to have what do they call it? Watch hours.
Well, yeah, I guess.
Right? You said I need to focus on YouTube, right? I said I was going to focus on YouTube. This is the only thing I can do. I mean, I edited that video in an hour? So I only get bits and parts of time. Like right now, I should probably be in bed because I got to go to work in the morning. But
same.
And Shooty had a 16-day window where, like, if he needed surgery, he could get surgery,
right.
And they were like, "We're not doing surgery."
Yeah, so now I got to wait till April to have it, and in April I probably don't have time to because I'll be on a job site or something. So
it might pop by then too. So.
Oh, it's already popped. They got to cut it out, which is gross. I really don't want to get into that.
It's like what they need to get out is on the inside.
Ooh, excuse me.
In order for it to clear up and go away.
But yeah. But I mean, like, I have to make money too.
It's like this big old sack.
Like my job doesn't cover everything that I do here on the racing, so like I got to make money elsewhere too.
Yeah. Oh, I feel you. I have a side hustle on eBay, which I made 20 grand last year on it. So like,
Well, that's what I want to do.
Sell feet pics.
Everybody, yeah, she's right. Sell feet pics, dude.
No one wants to see my hairy
feet.
Put
it on only fools.
Like, think about it this way: Levi's backyard garage takes a completely different meaning on OnlyFans. You know what I'm saying? Like
Levi's back door.
There you go.
The back door to
Levi's
LBP.
Backdoor performance.
It's gross. I don't even like talking about that.
That's pretty funny.
Oh.
God.
All right, like this.
Gross.
Hey, he's been really like negative, and he's been like really, I don't know, hating on himself here last hour. So you need to like I don't know, cheer him up or give him like.
I know. I was sitting in the bathroom waiting for the water to heat up, and I almost commented on there like, "Y'all are getting heated. This is pretty negative. Don't make me come down there and shut it off."
Oh, dude, he's super negative. Like he's all hating on himself and talking bad about himself. It's horrible.
He does that daily, so that's nothing new.
See,
Right.
it isn't just me. I knew
It's
it.
normal, but it's normal to be
It is
humble.
not normal for you to do that every day.
Yeah, he says
It's
he's
normal. Why does everybody tell me it's not normal? Like,
dude,
it
it's
is.
not being humble. You're taking it so far past humble. Like
You're
in
not
another
being
planet,
humble. You're
dude.
tearing yourself down.
How?
That's different
How?
from being
How? This is
humble.
like a fucking
Build yourself
intervention.
up, man. You gotta build yourself up.
Well,
Not
that's
tear
no.
yourself
I
down.
hate doing that because then you're either on one end or the other. There's no middle. You either build yourself up to where you're lying to people, or you break yourself down where you're truthful.
Nah, I don't think that's how that works, but maybe.
It's just like all the people on Instagram. They're all fake because
Oh, they were all upstairs, like laughing at you
why?
because your post on Facebook. They're like, "If you're tired of watching your sports ball game."
I mean, people will watch that stupid garbage all the time, and it
Well,
bugs
they're
me.
up there, like
Right, I know, because they
talking
like that
about
stuff.
the San Francisco whatever, and then like the
I hate
Chicago
sports ball.
Bulls, and like they're
Oh, dude,
trying to
like
get the Chicago Bulls to win, and I'm like,
I
why
don't
are
even,
we
like-
even cheering for teams
Yeah,
we don't watch?
I don't have anybody on the team. I don't care about the coaches. I don't care about the players. I don't care about the
Like
fans.
they were just.
Why do
cheering
I
on-
care about cheering?
Like
I
they were
don't need to
just
watch
cheering
it.
on the
yeah, I'm
teams.
telling you, dude. Soccer, every time they make a basket, I just could care less.
Right, you ever heard of that soccer player that made that basket?
No.
Or that guy that threw that?
The soccer player that made a basket.
Yeah.
It's a goal, not a basket.
That was the joke.
Oh,
Sports ball.
shut up.
Wendy said hi.
Hi.
She said hi. But y'all are just like trying to gaslight me, is what they call it, I think.
Oh, get the fuck out of here. Yes, we're trying to gaslight you to be more positive, you fucker.
That's all it is gaslighting. I don't even know what that means, but I'm pretty sure I do.
Gaslight yourself, dude.
What do you mean? I really don't know what it means. I think it means like lying to yourself, but I'm not 100% sure.
That was funny. That was funny though.
It's what it's what the kids say.
Look, so there was a whole bone laying on the step, right, that your grandpa had.
Uh-huh.
No cap, straight bussin'.
So I bring it down here, and Pearl is whole ass licking it. I'm like, that is not for you.
I guess it's good for her, I guess. Just getting their bone. Right, but I mean, like, no cap.
Oh
No-
my God.
yeah,
I don't know
no
what that
Not
means.
what that means.
Straight
What does
bussin'.
that
dude.
mean?
Fucking make massive cope. I don't fucking know.
Oh, so
It means you're being for real. You're not lying.
I think we should just play like the Squirtle meme.
Yeah. Dude, best meme, dude. Best meme.
Ah,
Like we're off to a really good start so far in 2024 for memes. Fucking great.
I wanted to play that. I wanted to make a meme with it. The car.
All right, Levi's gone. It's now the Tall Garage show. There he is.
I'm
Come on, man. Clap on. Clap on. You back?
okay. Maybe you're back. What? Okay.
I mean, you're back. I never went
Yeah.
nowhere.
I got Mick Wi-Fi. But imagine trying to upload a video in this.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. I'm thinking about getting Starlink. If you thought about getting Starlink, I'm thinking about getting Starlink.
We got what is it called? The thing they just installed.
The internet,
Yeah.
the fiber.
Yeah, we have fiber optic.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, we do. Are you sure we don't? They installed it.
It's like an SCI fiber thing. I don't
Right, that's fiber optic. That's oh, they
All
hook
right.
it into the house.
Dylan, Brooke, my peoples, I am getting out of here. I gotta go to bed. This has been super fun. My blood pressure was all kinds of jacked up.
Yeah, I mean, you're welcome back to do that again.
I don't want to do that again. I'm just gonna shake my head and nod next time. Yep, you suck. Yep, you're wrong. Yep, you're right. You're just horrible. Yep.
I never said anything that bad. I just said that I wasn't as smart as what people think that it need. For me to be a teacher, I got to be smart, like really smart.
No.
A teacher has to be really, really smart, like smarter than the people that they're teaching. Which
Well,
I
that's
guess in this world I probably am, but to me I'm not.
okay. Well,
But I'm comparing myself to people that do drugs. I mean,
yep,
that's your common.
you're right.
They don't want to learn about race cars
Yep.
because that's the American person pretty much. That's not the average American, but that's a lot of them. They're pretty much dummies.
Yep, you're right. Yep.
I mean, and I hate saying that because I like to be a good person, but most of America's dumb.
Yep.
See,
All right.
now you're gaslighting me.
All right. Anyway, like I said, you guys have a good rest of your night. You have a good week. I'll talk to you guys later. All right.
All right, we'll end the live here then. See you, buddy.
Deuces.
Because I'm done too.